everyone. Here we are at game 2. It's Hobo for Craft, aka Mr. Hobo here, and it will be the second game of Sen versus Loner in this series, and I believe it is just a best of 3 that they are playing. I'm pretty sure this is for the Intel Extreme Masters Cup, and yeah, we'll see how this plays out. It is, as you guys can see, on Lost Temple, and it is cross-spawn, definitely favorable position for Sen. So let's get started. Last game, if you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check that out. I'm about to spoil what happens right now. Well, we saw that Loner, in fact, was very aggressive in his play. He did go for 5 barracks eventually, no add-ons whatsoever. Just went for straight Marines pumping out, and I just realized instinctively that I in fact highlighted that area. That's because last game was on Metalopolis, if you've seen it, obviously, and that's where he put all of his barracks. That's where he spawned. But anyway, yeah, he was very aggressive. Sen actually, without scouting, threw down a hatchery at around, I'd say 15, and that really just led to his downfall, as he wasn't able to produce enough Zerglings to deal with the amount of Marines that Loner had, which was a very good amount. He brought SCVs on many occasions, and it looks like we're just going to get the extractor chick. Oh my gosh, every time that gets me. I thought it was 9 pooling again, or 9 banling pooling again, I should say. But it looks like Loner's going for a standard build as well. You'll see pros putting their supply depot here right away because it's closest to the mineral line and it saves the most amount of time. And it looks like we're going to get a more standard block off than we saw last game from Loner. We could see some kind of add-on, but I'm guessing that we're going to see just 1 or 2 supply depots. And we're going to be at about 300 minerals soon here for Sen, so he's going to be throwing down that expansion once again without scouting. Now, I'm not saying Sen's in the wrong here, but I just feel more comfortable knowing if my opponent is here before I expand, and just because of the reason that we saw last game is because Sen just was overwhelmed by the just the quick pressure that was put on by Loner. And we're going to get another barracks actually from Loner in kind of an odd position. It looks like it's going to just be for the pure fact that maybe you wouldn't see it while scouting by, though I'm pretty sure you would. This is definitely an odd position. If he's going to be aggressive like last game, I would just put it up here at the top, or maybe at the bottom with a supply depot. That's actually pretty common because then you can't see up here and what's going on. But he did choose to go for that odd placement. But Sen right now scouting will be able to know that his opponent in fact is coming with another bunker rush, and he's going to be throwing down Zerglings right away, definitely. And there go 2 right there. He is getting a queen and is bringing down those drones, extra drones, just like last time. We have 1 bunker already going up out of range of the hatchery, but definitely will be able to maintain territory advantage and good positioning. And it looks like this 1 Marine is going to try to kite these 3 drones, but they will be able to take out this Marine eventually. Very good micro, bringing back this, oh, very nice micro. He had 3 other drones attacking the SCV that was making the bunker right there, and he was able to take it out. And it looks like all these Marines will fall back for this time. Got these 2 barracks still pumping out. He doesn't have to block off his base because he's going to be the one applying the pressure. He doesn't have to worry about Zerglings going up, because if they do, they're not going to be at home, and he's going to be able to take all of them out. It looks like we're going to get nice surrounds, or nice semi-surrounds off on all those Marine, and he will be able to take them off. It looks like he won't fall for the same trick twice, and Loner is looking in a bit of a pickle here. It looks like he's going to try to confront right here, and that is the good idea, because if you kite it correctly, you will be able to take out all of these Zerglings. Looks like there go 3 or 4 already, and there go the last 2. That was very nice micro right there by Loner, and very nice micro by Sen earlier. Now he's just throwing down a couple spine crawlers, and my guess is he'll just be worried about droning up at this point. But wow, Loner trying for the same strategy twice in a row. He's going for 3 more barracks, and if I were him, I would close this off with another barracks and maybe a supply depot right now. If he is doing the exact same thing, he will in fact go for a command center, yeah. But he puts it in an odd place first. I guess it's so if it's while it's building, he can have Marines up here and attack the Zerglings. That's my only guess as to why he would put it here, because it would just waste time lifting it off and putting it over here. Unless he throws it to the island, which definitely would be a mischievous thing to do. But not all that necessary, I do not think. And it looks like Sen, in the meantime, oh, I've had my counters off, the tabs here off the whole time, my bad, is in fact way ahead in drone count, up by 8. You can see that macro coming into play right after he fends off a huge attack, just drone it up, especially with these 3 spine crawlers. I can't imagine any amount of Marines less than about 20 or 25 coming through here, and that amount will not be produced for a good time, especially when he has these queens here by. When I'm in this kind of position, I do like to have extra queens, so I will be pumping those out for things like creep tumors and transfuse. You can see he doesn't even have his bases connected right now. That's something that I try to do as soon as possible, because mobility against Terran is just key in winning. It looks like he is actually just going to throw it down right next to his base. I really don't know the reasoning for that awkward positioning right there, but it looks like Loner's going to be feeling pretty comfortable to not block off his base. The only thing is he wouldn't know if Sen had 20 or even 40 Zerglings at this point and could run by and decimate his economy at this point, especially when he's over here. He's not even blocking his ramp. I think he's getting a little too comfortable with the position, so I don't know. He's the pro, not me, and he's going to... Looks like Sen's going to be putting his Baneling nest way out here, maybe to avoid scouting, but that makes it very vulnerable, and if he had just spread his creep tumors, he'd be able to put it right around here, or maybe back here, though that would be a little out of the way. But yeah, that's kind of just odd. But it looks like Loner is on the way while Sen's out of position. He could come in and surround him from the back. It looks like this Baneling Nest is going to go down. We're going to get a huge surround, and Stimpack goes down. That means a lot less life for all of these units, and he will back out smartly because all of these units will be taking a ton of damage. He sees that if he's running by here, that Loner realizes that he's going to lose a lot of his SCV, so he is going to fall back. Very, very good demonstration of how Zerg should handle such a strong push that he can't actually deal with, is to try to just force your enemy to fall back. And Loner actually doing a very good job of blocking his ramp and using his Marines that were just produced to take out all of these Zerglings. And it looks like it's back to square one for Sen, and because he put his Baneling Nest at such a weird position, in fact will not have it any longer. Going to be putting it back up over here, and now he is just not able to keep up with his economy because he has fallen behind. He has too many minerals, and he should, to be honest with you guys, be producing Zerglings. He does need to save some minerals and gas for Banelings, but right now he should be producing more Zerglings. He shouldn't use all of that on just pure Banelings. And it looks like this army is going to be coming in with this Zerg and Baneling army too far away. It will stem in, and with these Marauders, these buildings will go down very quickly. Here come just 2 Banelings. Oh, they'll be able to do so much damage, and these Zerglings come in. But now these Banelings are going to be just open fire without any protection, and will they be able to do the damage? Yes! Oh, Sen does pull through. And I gave a little fist bump there for my Zergling partner in crime here. Just kidding. I don't know Sen at all. But I imagine if we knew each other, we'd be really good friends, and we'd just talk about Zerg all the time. Anyway, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a surround going on from these couple Zerglings, but they're wasted without killing any units here. And it looks like we will have vision from Loner. He will see those couple Banelings, and he will bail out. He knows that the splash is definitely very deadly. We've got Medivacs on the way, and this will be a very deadly combination. We haven't seen any tech, okay, except this Spire. We haven't seen any tier 2 tech, I should say, in this game, and these 2 games until just now, with this Spire that's going down and morphing a lot of Banelings. This is going to be riding on a lot, but this Medivac is going to be heal up and going to be able to get units into it. Will he be able to take out? He took out a decent amount, just about all the units that were here, but now he doesn't have anything himself. That's the thing about Banelings, is when they explode, you can't use them again. But that's why you have to be careful with how you micromanage them. And it looks like this gold is now being saturated from Sen. Just because of the amount of minerals he has left over at this point, though most of it is going to go toward making a lot of Mutalisk, excuse me, you can see that he does have a lot of extra minerals, so I would pump that into maybe even 4 spine crawlers, because at this point you're under pressure. All of the army of your opponent is in fact ground, so you don't have to worry really about air that much. You really need static defense to be able to gain position on your enemy when he is being on the offensive. Now, hopefully we do have centrifugal hooks. Oh, they're just now being researched, and they're just so huge because especially when you're off creep, you're just going to be so slow in getting to that army. And it looks like this medevac will go down with 1 Marine left inside it. Definitely a good play, though. Medevacs are very key in the army, and when you can pick them off for free, it's definitely a very good thing. It looks like these... Oh, I was about to say I didn't see any missile turrets up in the base except for this one, which will not be able to reach over here. So we will be able to get at the gas line of Loner, which is definitely a huge deal because any race needs to be mining gas as long as possible. So it's definitely very important that he took out all 3 of those SCVs. We'll be getting another turret around all the barracks here. Wow, we have about 7 barracks here. Definitely a huge deal, and we're just about even in harvester count, except we do have the mules here for the Terran, of course, so he will be slightly ahead in economy. It looks like we're moving out. We've got 3 tanks, maybe another coming on the way, and wow, just gonna go to the units tab. We have... Oh, it looks like we're going to have a confrontation. We're going to try and get us around while the Bailings go into position, but oh, centrifugal hooks just finished, and it looks like the tanks were able to pick them off as they ran to all this bio. It doesn't look good for Sen. He has this macro hatchery up. Hopefully he's pumping out as many units as possible, but we can see we have 40 Marines on the field. It's going to need a good amount of Bailings and well executed micro to be able to take out all of those. And it looks like a couple stray Marines will be taken out. It's very good to pick off the rally units that have been just stray. And Sen will call the GG. He was probably not going to be able to win that. Except, oh my gosh, he had a ton of Banelings being morphed in. I really don't agree with that, Sen. I'm kind of disappointed in you. He definitely should have tried to stick that out a little longer. His economy was decent. He had a gold. He had a 3rd expansion longer than Loner did. He never even got his up. So I do think that game could have swung back for Sen if he played it correctly. But he definitely was at a bad position. So I can understand why he GG'd out of there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little series. Hobo4Craft signing out.